Добрый день,
Здравейте.
and welcome back to our little Bulgarian adventure.
Yes, this week we think we've hit spring.
Yeah, it's been beautiful here this week. We've had really lovely weather, which has totally halted kitchen renovations,
It has, yes.
but enabled us to do quite a lot more outside.
Yes, we've noticed that in the woodland we've got daffodils coming through. Blossom on the trees.
It's
And
lovely.
We've taken the advantage also to show you what a village looks like from above during spring. So have a look at this.
We started our week this week with Todorov.
Yes, that's Horse Easter as an alternative name for it.
Yeah, they have a celebration up on our common where they had horse races.
Yes, a meeting up of a lot of people showing off their horses, their buggies, all sorts of things.
Yeah, it was the first time they've held it since before COVID, so it hasn't been running for the last 2 or 3 years.
No. And some people we spoke to said it used to be a lot bigger, but it's hopefully started to build back up again.
Yeah, now they'll do it annually again.
Yes.
But it was very interesting. We had our Bulgarian singing ladies.
Yes. The mayor was there giving out prizes for the horse with the longest hair, among other things.
Yes, you thought you were going to win.
I thought I was in with a
didn't realise
chance,
he was
but,
talking about the horses.
but maybe next year.
What do we do after that?
Well, we've done a few bits and pieces in the house. I've carried on with some of the renovation work. This is what I've done so far this week. My first job this week is to secure these cups into the holes in the wall. I'm going to be cementing them in, or I'm going to be using a product called NPI 25, which is a lime-based kind of cement stuff. It allows the walls to breathe according to the website blurb, so I'm using that. I'm going to put it in the hole, put the cup in, and I'm going to hold the cup in place by putting a couple of screws either side into the mud brick and from inside the cup. That'll hold it in place until it sets. I can then remove the screws and then it should be set solidly in place. So the first thing to do is mix up the NPI 25. That's the socket boxes and the junction boxes all cemented in. The channels where the cables are going have also been filled. That's the first fill. That will be sanded back and then covered again to give us a smooth finish. We have to wait for that to dry, so we turn our attention to another job. This is the back wall. The job I've got to do here is I've got to fill the holes between the stones, and then I've got to skim over the top. These won't be seen, this is behind where the cupboards are going, but we want to make sure we've filled any holes and got a good surface behind there. Basically make it sound so that there's no things falling off and it's all solid. So I've now finished filling between the stones on the back wall. It just leaves me to go over the top once it's dried to give ourselves the final finish. Now I'm turning my attention to these cracks in the wall. Similar to the system I used in the dining room, I'm going to make the cracks bigger so I can fill them with more material, which will make them a bit stronger. I did this last time. I made the cracks wider with my universal tool. Unfortunately that broke, so I'm having to find a different way of doing it. I think I've found a way, and it involves a grinding bit in my drill, so we'll see how well that works. That's the cracks filled. I filled them with a plaster filler just to stabilise all the cracks. The next job will be to go over the top with the plaster top coat. I'll do that at the same time as I do the ceiling, which also needs the joints filled and then plastering. Before I do that, I have some other larger filling jobs to do, which I'll get round to next week. Give them time to dry and I can do all the plastering in one go. So we're intermingling our work inside and outside. Luckily we can do that because the weather's getting better and we're having to wait for stuff to dry. So if we schedule it properly, we should be quite productive. We'll see.
We'll see. It does seem, it's so nice being outside rather than inside when the weather's this hot.
The problem is you then sit there and go, well, I've done nothing on the kitchen today. But we've made progress outside. So.
Yes, we've taken down a few more dead trees.
Yes, we've had Max wielding an electric chainsaw.
Yeah, he's happy with an electric chainsaw. There's
no fumes, he doesn't like the fumes. But it's a natural. So I think we have plenty of wood now for next winter.
We do. Our Bulgarian phrase this week.
Yes, following our theme of trying to give you useful sentences that you may need, we've got a new one for you this week. It's kakse narича това,
which is very useful when you go wandering around with pictures on your phone of what you want to buy, but you don't know what it's called.
Yes. So the actual translation is?
What is this called?
Yes. Kakse narича това. Yes, you'll find that when you go to buy stuff in shops, especially when it's building materials, although you can have a translation of what we call it in the UK, they may call it something completely different here. For example, plaster is gyps, which is gypsum. So if you know what it's called and what Bulgarians call it, you can find it easier.
Yeah. We also start our Bulgarian lessons back up again this week.
We do, yes.
Much needed.
I think so. I think you'll agree, yeah. But yes, we start those on Wednesday. So we're looking forward to that. And we also may have a couple of days out next week. But we'll tell you about those next week.
Well, I think that's probably about it for us this week.
Yes, I think it is. So, until next week.
Stay safe.
Be well.
Skoro.
Skoro.